Alright, welcome back to another video on this channel. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to design a complete website using WordPress. It's going to be step-by-step training on how to design with WordPress. So we're going to learn how to design a website, whether it's a static website or a blog format website using WordPress. So we're going to cover a lot from buying domain, hosting, linking domain to hosting, installing WordPress. They will go through the WordPress interface, the back end, the front end, the settings, how to install theme, plugin, page builders, then how to add content, and then how to secure your site with SSL. Everything from start to finish. So if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and turn on your notifications. So let's get started. Before we begin, there are two ways to design a website. As a beginner, you can design the website directly on your PC without buying a domain name, hosting, or anything. So you can design for free. So all you need is your PC and some software that will allow you to design the website right on your PC. So everything will be hosted on your PC. And once you learn how to do that, or if you design your website, then once you have your domain name and your hosting, you can now upload the website that you've designed, then upload it on your server. So there's a tutorial in the link. There's a link in the description that will show you how to design. So if you don't want to buy a domain name, or you don't want to buy hosting for now, so you can just design it on your PC, put it on your PC, learn how to do this on your PC, and once you now buy a domain name and hosting, you can now upload all your content, upload it on your server. And of course, you can also design directly on your server. So you get a domain name, you get hosting, and log into your hosting account, connect your domain name to your hosting, and design it directly on your server. So everything will be live as you're doing it. All right, designing a website is very easy. There are so many softwares you can use to design a website. We have WordPress, we have Joomla, and then of course you can also design your website from scratch with coding, HTML, CSS, and all the programming languages. But the easiest way to design a website is using a software like WordPress, which is free, by the way. So all you need to design a website is just WordPress, and then a domain name and an hosting account. So you need to be able to host. So when you buy a domain name is the name of your website. For example, this is Namecheap. The name is namecheap.com, and it could be namecheap.org, .dev, or whatever, which the ending is just extension. So you buy a domain name and then you host your domain name on a hosting account, because that's how it gets seen online. You need to host that domain name on a server. So since you can't build your own server, so you need to buy hosting server from hosting companies. There are so many hosting companies that you need to buy hosting from. So you get your domain name, you get hosting, and now you need to now install WordPress on your hosting account, and then you now start designing your website. It's that easy. So we're going to go through all that from start to finish. So first thing we need to do is get a domain name, which is the name you want your website to, the name of your website to be. So let's say I want my website to be, let me find something. Let's say I want my website to be treats fry or something like that .com. So you go to Namecheap, and there are so many website we can buy from. So, but I'm going to use Namecheap. Of course, we have GoDaddy and the rest of that. The reason why I prefer Namecheap is because they are very good, their support is very good, and then they're reliable, and they allow you can transfer your domain to another company if, for example, you're not satisfied with their service. So they allow you to do that. Some registrars, they don't allow you to do that. So I prefer Namecheap. It's very reliable. GoDaddy, the first year can be very cheap. You can get it for $2 or $3, but subsequent years is very expensive. The second year, from second year, you're going to be paying probably around 18 or whatever dollars. So you should just start with Namecheap, and let's treatfry.com, and then click on. And now you can see if the domain name is available, you're going to get this check mark, and you can see the price for the first year, 888 for a complete year. So it's very cheap. So all you need to do is add to cart and create an account and buy. So let me add to cart and show you how to buy a domain name. So let's view. So once you've done that, you need to sign up. So you sign up your username and password, and you sign up. So I'm going to sign into one of my accounts. Okay, now it's there. Sorry. So view cards, and now you can buy a domain name. And one thing I like about Namecheap is that they give you the Whois guide for free. It's free forever actually, and there are so many other services that you can choose, but you don't need all that. So we're going to confirm order, and if you have a promo code, you can click here and apply. So let's confirm order, and now the next step is for you to pay. So before you pay, there are three ways you can pay. So you can pay with so let's click on. So make sure that what you're buying is right, and you can see we have the credit card option. So if I click on change, we have PayPal, which means you can, so you choose a credit card. Of course, you need to enter a new credit card and then your address and everything. So they accept almost all debit card, Naira, MasterCard, whatever card. And of course, we have the PayPal option and then account funds option. The account fund option is where you actually fund your account with funds, and you can now buy anytime that you need anything. You can always buy. So, and once you've done that, and this is the easiest one, then you continue, and then you pay, and then it's done, and then you get an email that you have bought a domain name. So, and have a domain name. So the next step is getting hosting. So Namecheap also has hosting, which is very good. I love their hosting. I use their hosting all the time. So let me go back to the dashboard, and you can see they have hosting, and you should just start with a share hosting. They have other ones like VPS and all that. So we have the Stellar Plus, the Stellar Business, which are some of the shared hosting plans. So for these, I think you should just start with the Stellar Plus, which is the popular one. It allows you to host unlimited websites, so you can start with that. So, and you can just click on get started, and you can see the price, $37.50 for the first year. So if you buy a domain name, then since you already bought a domain name, so just choose existing domain, and of course you'll be able to choose the domain. You have the list of your domain, and now you can see the price has dropped. You can add to cart and pay for your hosting, and that's how to get domain name and hosting. So once you've got your domain name and hosting, the next thing to do is to connect your domain and hosting. Of course, for your dashboard hosting account, they will give you something like this, which is going to be the URL to your hosting account, and you can just log in to your hosting account. This is what your cPanel is going to look like. So this is where you will be doing everything, putting everything on your server. You want to add files to your server, you want to delete from your server, you want to create custom email, whatever you want to do, this is where you will be doing it. So, but first thing first, before you start putting something on your server, you need to connect your domain to your hosting account. So once you buy your domain for the very first time, your primary domain, the first domain is going to be your primary domain. As you can see, this is my primary domain, abiolaoluwasami.com, and this is where you'll be able to see your first domain or your main domain. So once you've done that, let's go back to Namecheap, and let's go back to your domain list, and now you need to connect your domain name to your hosting account. They need to be connected. Your domain name has to be connected to your hosting account for it to work. So this is your domain name, so you're going to click on, let me use this domain name. So let's assume this is the domain name we've bought. So we're going to click on manage, and here you go to name servers. You need to link your domain to your name servers. So when you buy your domain for the very first time, you're probably going to see this Namecheap basic DNS. It's going to be the basic one. So you need to change to Namecheap web hosting if you have a Namecheap web hosting. So if you decide to go for any other hosting accounts like HostGator, GoDaddy, and the rest of them, then you need to choose the custom DNS. Then the hosting company, they are going to give you two DNS. It's going to be a series of numbers. So, or you need to paste the first one here, paste the second one here, and check. That's how you connect your domain name to that hosting account. Since we are using Namecheap, I'm going to choose Namecheap DNS, and I'm going to click this to confirm. So which means we've connected our domain name to our hosting account. It is that easy. So once you've done that, now if you go to your domain list, you'll be able to see your domain here as the primary domain. So any subsequent domain that you have will be added as an add-on domain. So you'll be able to see your domain, which means your domain is now connected. And now, of course, when you buy your domain name for the very first time and you buy in hosting, it will automatically be connected. So, but just to let you know that you need to connect your domain if you're buying subsequent domain. So now that we've connected our domain and our hosting account, so let me just show you some other things real quick before we start installing WordPress on our server. So if you go here, you see some services, some things you can do, SSL, files, your file manager, where you'll be adding files, and under database, this is where you need to create your database. So there will be some tutorials on how to create database. You can check the description. And of course, domain, add-on domain. If you want to create a subdomain, of course, a subdomain will be something like this, premium.webhosting.com. So webhosting.com will be the domain name, then premium.com will be the subdomain. It's just like when you say blog.fiverr.com. The main domain is fiverr.com. Then when you have blog.fiverr, that's the subdomain. And when you buy a domain name, you can create as many subdomain as you want from that single domain. So this is where you create that subdomain. And to create a subdomain, all you need to do is click on subdomain, and you can create a subdomain. So I'll put a link in the description for it show you how to create a subdomain. And under that, we have email, where you can create email accounts. That's custom email. When you see something like contact@abiolaoluwasami.com, that's a custom domain. It's different from your abiolaoluwasami@gmail.com or .yahoo.com. Those are free domains. Now you can create your own emails from your domain, and you can put something like contact or support at whatever your domain is.com or contact whatever. So this is where I'll put a link also into the description to show you how to create email accounts, and you can create as many email accounts as you want, just to make your this look professional. So, and now we have metrics where you can check your visitors and security, where you can do SSL and all that. I also put a link in the description for you to create SSL certificate from Cloudflare for free. So check the description for that. And then we have software where you can do so many other things, and then select PHP version, upgrade your PHP. Then we have cron jobs under advanced and so many other things. Those are the things you will learn how to do. All those things, they are very useful, but at this stage all we are interested in is just installing WordPress on our server. So at this stage, you go under Softaculous app installer. Almost every hosting account have this in cPanel, and they always have this script installer, which is Softaculous, which is very easy, a very good software that you can use to install WordPress directly on your server. So you just click on WordPress, and you can see we have other softwares like Apatka, Joomla, and the rest of them. But we are using WordPress, so we're going to click on WordPress, and now we'll click on install. And here you'll be able to see the latest version of WordPress. Then choose installation. For now, let's choose HTTP. So these are protocols, HTTP and HTTPS. The HTTPS, of course, is SSL protocol, which is a more secure one. We'll learn how to do that. But for now, since we don't have SSL yet, so we can just choose, and then of course your domain name will be here. In your own case, it will be one. So, but if you have many, you can just choose, and you put the title, your site name, whatever the site is. So, and here you can put some site description. So whatever it is, just put it there and scroll and choose a username. Don't choose admin. You can choose any other username. You can choose maybe Frank123 or whatever. And now you can choose, you can use this, or you can add some numbers just to make it strong. Once you see 100/100, it means it's strong. Now copy the username and the password, put it somewhere, and for the email admin, just leave it as it is. Every other thing, leave it as it is. And now scroll to the bottom and click on install. And now you can install WordPress. So once you click on install, you get two links. One is going to be the backend URL. The second one is going to be the front end URL. So in this case, if I do this, I'm going to create on this domain, and I'm going to get to Net Plus Training WP admin. So it's going to be Net Plus Training WP admin, and this is going to be the URL of the front end. Of course, this is the front end, and WP login.php you can put as Net Plus Training, which is your domain name, /WP login.php or WP admin. WP-admin. So any of the two. Then of course now the username and password that's what, in my case for this, I have my username, I have my password, and then I'll click on login. And now this is going to be my back end, which is where we'll be designing our website. Everything that gets shown on the front end, when you first install WordPress, this is how the site will look like. Basic WordPress items and one single post and nothing else, and then you can see the widget, and so this is what it's going to look like, and this is where we'll be designing. So everything that we design here will reflect on the front end. So now we have bought our domain, we've bought our hosting, we've connected our hosting to our domain in, of course, in your Namecheap dashboard, and of course now we've logged in to our cPanel, and now we've installed WordPress, and of course we'll get two domain names, for the one for the back end, one for the front end. And like I said, for the back end, it's going to be your domain name /wp-admin. For the front end, it's just going to be your netplustraining.com. So I have HTTPS. That's because I've configured HTTPS. In your case, it's going to be HTTP. So don't worry about that. I'll show you how I got the HTTPS. There's a link in the description for you to do that. So you're going to have HTTP, then you of course colon //domain.com. It's going to be the front end, then this is going to be your back end. So now we'll start designing our website using, so quickly let me take you through what you're looking at. So now you can see this is where you add posts to your website. This is the media where you can add files, whether it's video or images, to your website. And here is pages. This is where you add new pages to your website. And there's a difference between posts and pages, and I'll let you know the difference soon. Then comment, here's where you see all the comment people add to whatever post or page that you have. That is, if you allow commenting under your post, and here that's where you'll be able to see the comment, and then you can always filter, delete, approve some. Then the appearance is where we control the theme. One thing about WordPress is what you're looking at is controlled by what we call theme. This is one theme, for example, and then this is the layout. This is the default layout, and of course you can change and add content and change the whole thing. All themes have different layout, they have different designs, so of course we'll cover that later. So, and now you can customize your theme, customize your layout. Then the widgets is where you control the sidebar, the footer area, and this is one widget, and you can see this is the things that you can control from that widget area. Now you have menu, which is these items at the top. We're going to learn how to do that. And of course the background, if you want to edit your theme. Then plugins, you can add plugins, and plugins are some things that add some functionality to your website. Let's say you want to have like a contact form on your website where people can send you messages, then you can install like a contact form plugin. And of course, maybe you want a slider at the top of your website, you can have installed maybe some slider plugin, and there's so many types of plugin. Maybe you want to cache your website. We'll learn more about that later. And of course, user, you can add users to your website. Maybe you want to add somebody as an editor or as a co-administrator. You want to have somebody that you can actually control the website together. So maybe you want that person to add content for you. You can add that person as an editor or administrator or as a contributor. So this is where you do that. And of course, we have tools where you can have import, export, you can check your site health, and you can do some other things. And of course, settings where you can control the site, the title, then the permalink, which is going to be the structure of the URL, and this is what we call URL. And then we have some other things like that. So all right, the next step now is to install theme. So, and like I said, theme is what gives your site the layout that you get. So many sites with different layouts. So for you to install theme, you go to appearance and you go to themes, and there are loads and loads of free themes to work with. So you can get a free theme, or you can go to different sites where you can get professional theme and buy themes, sites like themeforest.net and some other sites like that. So, but let's go to themes and click on add new, and these are the default ones that came with WordPress. Now you can see we have tons and tons of, and these are the same thing that you find on the WordPress sites. Go to WordPress, or you could just Google for WordPress themes. Let's go for WordPress themes, and you can see WordPress.org. They have all the themes that are free, and these are the same themes that you will see on your backend. So you can see all the types of seed. Then if you want to preview what a theme looks like, you can just click on preview, and then it's going to use the content on your site to give you a preview. Right now we don't have anything on our website, so we have this. So it's going to look a lot different without some demo content. So, but this is a preview. If we had some demo content, you'll be able to have different layouts, but it's going to give you something like this. And of course, we can look at other themes. So, and the best way to choose a theme will depend on what you want to build your website for. Let's say you want to build a website for maybe for a blog, like a newspaper kind of blog. So the best themes for that will be, of course, newspaper themes or news themes. So you can do newspaper or news theme or something like that. You can just type in news, and then it will look at all the themes that will be good for a news kind of website. And then you can see these are quality, and they are free, by the way. They are all free. News reader, motor news, and the rest of them. News reader, auto news. And if it's a magazine you want to create, you can just click on magazine and click on magazine, and you see. So most magazines are always the same as news. And of course, if you just want something like a blog format, just click on blog, and you see some blog format like this one. And when I mean blog formats, I'm talking of something like this: blog.fiverr.com, which is, so this has like a blog format. You can see posts, and you can click on it, you'll be able to see. As against something like this, which has a static look. Let's go to WPastra, and you can see this layout has like a business-like look. So this is like a static, this is like a blog kind of website. So you should know which kind of website you want to build. You want like a business website, whatever kind of business you want to. Let's say your website, you want to be a website designer, or you want to build a website for your cooking business or whatever. Then you choose this kind of format. And of course, you can always go and search for maybe cooking theme or whatever. But if you want to create something like a blog post where you're sharing something like a news or whatever, then you should go for this kind of loop, and that is when you choose those news kind of whatever. So just make sure you choose the right theme. Of course, you should start with the free themes, and later you can always buy a quality theme. So I'm going to type in magazine, and I'm going to look at all the magazine style that I want. So you can see these are quality magazine or something like news. So you can see special news and the rest of them. So you can go through and see whatever style. There's one that I saw a while ago, which is a cream magazine. So this is a very good one, and you can, so I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to click on install. So whatever theme that you want, just click on install and then activate it. So once you activate, and you can preview. So if you click on preview, you probably won't get the main idea without some demo content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some posts so that you're able to see the beauty of the theme. So of course, I'm going to show you how to add posts and pages later on, but just for you to see the beauty, because right now it's blank with nothing on it, so you won't be able to see that. So I'll add that and come back. So now I've added some posts, and if we refresh that with that theme, this is what we're going to get. I added some 4 posts, and you can see it has this 1 post, 2nd post, 3rd post. So it's going to be this long line of posts, and here's the sidebar, and here's the header area, which is going to be the default. The thing is going to look like until we customize it. So you can see our website is coming together nicely, and now what we need to do is customize the website just the way we want. And to customize the website, you can always go to under theme, appearance, you see customize. This is where we will customize our theme, and here is where we will have, in front page customization, you can put the top news area is checked, so you can turn it off or turn it on. So it doesn't really make any difference so far. So just text the media news area, the same thing. You can choose this, which is going to be this side with a sidebar, or if you want a sidebar on the left, you choose that sidebar position. Still doesn't. Then if you don't want a sidebar at all, you can choose that option. So it's not actually making any difference so far. So let me just choose this one. So let's click on the site content, and I think it doesn't really make any difference. So it doesn't really matter. So we can just go and continue to customize our website. Then theme customization, where the header, you can enable home button if you want. Then it's going to show a home button, which is this button. If you want a search box button here on the right, then enable stick menu section. What we mean by stick menu is if you scroll down, it will remain. This bar will remain. So if you turn it off, once people scroll down, it will go away. So, and of course, the header section type, you can choose this. It's going to have the title in the middle, or you can just click on this and leave it on the left. So we just continue to the footer area. You can customize that also. So you can enable scroll button, which is this, or you can turn it off. Then display on mobile. If you don't want it on mobile, you turn it off. The archive page, the search page, single post, okay? Then we can enable post automator, which is the name of the author, enable post date, which is this date. So we can turn all these things off and on to remove the dates. We can remove the author name, whatever we want. So, but in this case, I'm going to leave the author, the number of comments, and the author section, which is this author section. We can turn that off if you don't want the author section at the bottom. So you can just leave it around. So it doesn't really matter. So we just continue to style our website the way we want. Of course, the single page is for the pages. So right now we only have posts so far. So okay, this is a page. If I click on the page, okay, this is a demo page, and then we can enable common sidebar position, caption on the page also. When you have an image, you have an image caption, but right now we don't have an image. Enable feature image if we want to add feature image. So we'll just continue to style and style social links. We can add a Facebook URL, and so continue to style until we're done. So once we're done, we'll click on OK, and then we have this banner slider, enable banner slider. Want a banner slider, so you can see banner slider. You can turn it off. Slider on the top, and ticker news. You can do that. So the site image, sidebar. So just continue to do that until we are done. So this theme does not allow you to actually add something like a logo at the top. There are so many themes that will allow you to do that, but this theme does not have. Probably the Pro one has. So you can just go through different themes, and once you're done, you click on publish, and you'll be able to have your website just the way you want it. And of course, we'll customize the sidebar, and people can actually click and view our content and then see some other stuff. So we can just go through this, and so we'll probably come back here. So let me just leave the customizer and see if we miss any plugin. Like you can see, this theme recommends the following plugin, so we need to, for it to work well, we need to install. So watch out for something like this. If you see anything like this, you just install the plugins. So just click on begin install plugins, and like I said, plugins are useful, so you can just click on all of them, install, apply, and then you can see it comes free with the WordPress repository. So now they have been, so if we go back, probably going to have a better results than we had before. So like the front page, because the header image, so this is the image for the header. So I think this is where we actually missed to upload an image file. Work with an image with header size of 1920 by 300 pixel, and then you can have an header here. So I don't have an image prepared, but we can add an header just to get, so for the front page, and let's see the header. Like I said, we have two types. Now we can enable the top header, enable menu description, enable menu section. So there are many, each theme comes with different settings, by the way. So but this is how you'll be able to get everything that you need. Once you're done, you can click on publish and refresh that. You'll be able to see your results. So let me leave this area and go back to, now we can add plugins. So, and there are many types of plugins that you need in order for you to have a good functioning website. Like you need a plugin for security. Let's say you want to secure a website and you don't want people to be able to hack. You can have like a security plugin that allows like maximum of 3 times login. Once somebody attempts to log in more than 3 times, that website will be locked. And we have so many other ones, like let's go to popular plugins, and you can see contact form. It's for adding contact form to your website, and we need that. We can just click on that and install and then activate. And another one is this really simple SSL. You need that. Then when you check out the video on SSL with Cloudflare, you really know how to use that. And we need some cache plugin also. And these are other plugins for migration. So the Google XML sitemap is also important. Then all-in-one SEO pack is for SEO purposes. It's also important. And then WP Super Cache is what I use for caching my website. Is also important. So just Google for very good plugin that you need for. So once you've done that, you can just activate and you can now configure that plugin, and you can update any plugin anytime by going to the plugin area, install plugins, and update. So this is going to be all the plugin. This is the one that came, we just installed, so we forgot to actually activate it. Let's activate that. Let's activate this one also. So let's go back, refresh, and here we can customize our contact form. So you can watch tutorial on how to customize contact form. So basically any plugin that you need to customize your websites, this is where you need to install them. So once you've installed them, you can configure them. So you can just go to the install plugin and activate all the plugins that you need. So you can just Google for important plugins that you need for your website. So once you've done that, let's now start adding content to our website. And before we do that, there are something that I missed, the settings. I think I discussed the settings, but I missed that. So for settings is where you actually set your website, like I said, title. So when we installed WordPress, we added the title and the tagline. So you can just, put the title, and if you hover over here, you'll be able to see the title of your website, Next Plus to Internet Marketing. So this is where you set that, and the description or the tagline, this is where you set that. And of course, once you've done, you click on save. And then writing, you probably won't do much there. So probably won't do much there. The reading is where you choose the layout of your website. Do you want the latest post, which is this blog format, or you want a static option, which is going to give us the static style of website? And of course, let's choose the sample page, and let's see if we select that. Let's see what our style will look like. And let's click on refresh, and now the main page is going to be on the main page, and it's going to have the static look. Of course, we can remove the sidebar to make it look more static, but this is more or less like a blog post style, so we're going to leave that as it is. I'm going to show you how to design a static website, by the way. So, and now discussion, this is where we'll set, you probably don't need that. So this is another important, the permalink structure. So the permalink structure is the URL, what it looks like. Like you can see the title, the domain /d/this is the permalink structure. So if we choose this option, then it's going to have net plus training / pp, whatever, and you can have this structure. It's going to have date and post. So let's click on that option, and let's click on our posts. Let's refresh this and click on a post, for example, and you can see it comes with a date kind of structure. And if you choose the month and name, it's going to have the month, name, and sample post, and numeric is going to have archives. But the best one is to choose the post name. It's going to have the URL / the post name. And if you choose that option and you save and we refresh or we click on, it's going to have a 4 error. That's because we've changed. So let's click on one of the posts, and now you can see the domain / title. And sometimes if your website is a very large one, very big one, when it starts growing big, you might want to go with the custom structure where you put like a category, because if your website is a very large one, let's say a large news website, then you want to have categories for maybe sports, category for politics, category for all that, and then you want a URL like your domain / the category name. So you can select any one that you want here, like category / the post name. So if you choose that instead and you click on post save, then it's going to have, let's go back to the main page and click on post once. Then it's going to have the domain slash the category. Right now it's under uncategorized category and the post name. But I always prefer this for SEO purposes. Just choose the post name and click on save changes. So, and that is it with the settings. Now we can start adding posts and content to our website. To add a post to your website, you need to add post. And like I said, now you know the difference between a post and a page. The post is that content that gives you, that is always in like a chronological order where you have dates, and a page is mostly where you have contents, maybe for your contact us page, like maybe your privacy policy page. Those are meant for pages, and your content that you want to add where you are giving news or whatever, it's the post content. So that's the difference between the post and pages. So if you want to add a post, you go to post. You'll be able to see all the posts. If you click on all posts, you see all the posts that we have so far. So you can see these are all the posts that we added so far. And for you to add new posts, you click on add new, and we'll be able to add content using this. So let me find some demo contents. Or let me just go to a website and copy some content. So let's say this is, let's just copy some contents. Let's put it in a text file, and let's go back to this, and let's say this is our title, and this is the rest of the contents. And paste it here. And now when you paste the content here, and it's because we actually copied it from a website, so it's having this so that's why it's not advisable to copy content, because it's going to take the structure of whatever you have. So I might need to probably, remove all the space and all that, but it doesn't really matter. You get the point. So I'm just going to use that anyway. So let me just use the content that we have right now. So, and when you type in your content and you paste it here, if you want to add an image and all that, then you see the add block. The new WordPress Gutenberg is called Gutenberg or whatever. It's structured in such a way that it's arranged in tables. It's different from the old WordPress editor that you can just type in and then you need to structure line by line. But the new Gutenberg editor makes it easy for you to have everything in tables. Let's say this is going to be one block, and for you to add a second block, you can click on this plus, and you can see you can add a code, contact form, a gallery, adding an image or paragraph. And if you want to see more, click on browse all, and you have these other elements that you can add: design, widgets. These are things that you can even embed video, YouTube video, Twitter, embed Facebook, Instagram, and any of these stuffs that you can add. So let's say I want to add an image. I'll look for image and I'll click on image, and you can see I can upload an image use the media library, choose anyone from the media library, or I can even insert from a URL. So I can go to a website, for example, copy the URL of the image and paste it here. And if you choose the upload version, for example, you can see you can simply just upload the image and then it will be uploaded. That's all you need to do for that. And of course, we have this section for you to style the image, and you can move it up, move it down. You can, change the block type, and you can center it or align it in center or on the left or on the right. You can do whatever you want. So I'm going to align this in center. And then if you want to add a link, insert a link so that when somebody click on the image, it goes, you can just click on this and then add the link here, or you can replace, do whatever you want, and you can see so many other things that you can do. And if you want to italicize, you can just, click on that, and you see you can bold, italicize, add a link, open the link in a new tab or whatever. So those are the things you can do. And you can go further down. Let's work with this blog. Let's say this blog, I want to add something like a drop cap. So you can add drop cap here. The first word is going to be in a block cap. So everything you want to style, you'll be here on the right hand side. So, and if you want to maybe make this like a link, like a subheading, you can just go and then choose other type like heading and choose H1 or H2 or H3 and center that. You can bold it, italicize it, or whatever, anything you want to do. And of course, you can do the color settings on the left. You can make it, have that color, or make it red, make it black, or whatever, if you want to have some kind of color. And typography, you can, change, make it medium or whatever. So anything you're working with, you can style on the right hand side. So that's how to continue. So you can just work with. So let me add maybe before this, I can just click on, you find that, click on it. Let me add something like a YouTube video kind of. So I'll go find YouTube video and then I'll add the URL of video. So let me go to my YouTube channel, or let me just go to find any video. So let's say so just copy the link location and then I'll paste it here. It's going to be the URL, and of course I can click on embed and then it will be embedded, and of course I can align it center and do whatever I want to do. So just make sure you are able to, and of course you can use this to add blocks. So you can just select where you want add block and do any other thing. If you make a mistake, you can always use this to undo or redo and so many other things. So it's very easy to add your content, add image, and then once you've added your image, since this is a blog post, you can see under documents, if you go to the documents, you can see you can add feature image, you can add tags, you can choose the categories that you want. Right now we only have one category, so I'm going to show you how to choose, create more category, and then you can set the permalink, so, and discussion and all that. So this time around I'm going to choose a featured image and I'm going to select feature, and then you can upload your image or use anyone that you have already. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to click on search featured image, and I'm going to click on paste, publish, and you can see visibility can be public, private if you don't want anybody to see it, and then if you want it password protected, that is maybe it's a membership website and then you only want people that have access, that have password to see it, you can use that. And then you want to publish immediately or you want to publish at a future date, you can use that. And then of course you can do some add new tags which are keywords, and you click on update. If you're ready, click on update and it will be published. And of course you can just view your posts, right click and view the posts, and you can see this is the featured image, and here we have the drop cap, the image you uploaded, the link, you can see the link, and then the color, the drop cap, the video, the subtitle, and the color, and then we have this. So, and now we have a post, and you can see the URL netplus/how to import the demo content, which is the title of our content. So that's how to create a post. And if you want to do that for page also, go back to the back end, click on this, and now we can click on pages, add new pages, and it's the same thing, the title of the page. So let's create something like let's create a page for privacy policy, so which is very important for your website. So of course you can just find any privacy template and use. So but let's say I'm going to copy some, still going to copy this, use this, or we could just use the content that we have already. So let's say this is content for the privacy policy, and I'm going to paste. And for pages you don't need to add like featured image and all that, because this is a page and not a blog post. But you can do anything the same way you do for posts, add bold and all that, whatever you want to do, and publish. So once you publish that, now you can view the page, and of course it's going to be the same thing, but it's going to be a page. On the page we need to remove, of course, the sidebar. So we need to go back to, we don't want a sidebar on our page, so we can go to customizer and remove the sidebar. So we'll do that later, but just to show you that this is how to do a page and a post. They're more or less like the same thing. So let's go back to the media, add your media and comments, contact, so you can stylize your contact form. Basically, the pages, you're going to have all your pages here, privacy policy, sample pages, all your post pages will be on this page, and all your posts will be on this page. And for the post, it's important for you to have, you can see categories. So you can just change the category, create categories for your post. And for you to create categories, just go under post, you see categories, and you can create categories. So like I said before, let's say you have a sports channel, you have a sports section, you have politics section, you can have all the posts in different sections. Right now we only have one, so we can add maybe sports, and then the slug is going to be the same spot but in small letters. Then of course parent category, you can add description and click add new category. Then you can have maybe politics, and add new category like that, and then you have 3 categories. So you can go back to all the posts and attach them to different categories. So let's say this blog post, it's a sports news. You can click on quick edits and go to sports and update, and then it's going to be under sports. And for this, the same thing. Let's say we want to be politics news, can update. And of course, you can set this when you are editing the content itself. So let's go to edit. If you want to edit a content, you click on edit. And of course, when you're creating your post, you need to, put it in the right category. So all the categories will be here. You can see, you can set the category. You can choose, put it on 2 categories if you want, and or you can even add a new category here. Put it in under something like gender or race or whatever, race. And if you want it as a parent, so just click on add category and then update, and then it will be under that category. And if you go to your main page, you will see that each of those blog posts are now in different categories. So let's go back. The next step is probably work with menu. So, and the menu, it's this is the menu where we can set our menu. We can have it at the top, and then we can have something like a footer menu also. So let's create menu, and if you go to other appearance, you can go create menus. So you can have the name of your menu, so put it like header menu, and for the menu you can create the menu. Then we can add items to the menu. So we can have like a page to the menu, we can add a post to the menu, we can add custom link to the menu. So let's say the header menu here, we want to have maybe the home, then maybe some links to YouTube channel and some other distance. So we can just have, let's say I want to add privacy policy. I'll to select that, add to menu, then so maybe some YouTube http youtube.com/net+training, which is my YouTube channel. Then of course you put, then add to menu. There's going to be a custom link, and of course maybe you want to add some category like sports, politics, race category, add, and then you have, and of course you can change them, drag them around, put this to the bottom, and whatever you want to add, you can add. And now we can now put that in the right location. So you go to like manage locations, and you can have like the theme location, the primary menu, the top header menu, and the bottom menu. So let's say the primary menu, we can have it as map, and then let's see, is this the that should be the primary menu. So for refresh, yes, that's the primary menu. You can see we now have the links to the right, and of course we can create another menu and put it in the footer. So, and we can go back to the customize area and customize the location. So if you want to create another menu, so let's click on save changes, and go back to the menu, edit menu, and create another menu. So you can just create a new menu and put it as footer menu. Let's create a new menu and name it footer or anything, and we can just have home page, then the privacy policy, then add that to the menu, and then set that to go to the bottom footer menu. And this is where you can actually set your menu also, and click on save changes. And if you go back, refresh that, we're going to have it on the footer area. So, and since you're using a free theme, you won't be able to, and that's the disadvantage of using a free theme. Most of the time you won't be able to edit this. If you buy the pro version, you'll be able to edit that. So that's why it's important for you to get some top, professional theme, or the pro version. I'm going to show you where you can get pro theme, by the way. So once we're done with that, our website is almost done. So once we're done, we'll have our website just the way we want them. So finally, let's talk about widgets. So the widget area, of course, talking about the sidebar, and then the footer area where we can add content. So you can structure your widget area however you want. If you click on widget under appearance, and you can see everything that is on the sidebar, it's right here. So the recent post, which is the search, which is this, the recent post, the recent comment. So anything that you don't want, for example, you can remove, just drag it out. And if you refresh, the recent comment will be gone. The archive, for example, we don't want that. We don't want the meta, and whatever you want, you can drag it. So like I always use like an image, like a banner. So I can drag an image under here, for example, then add an image to that. So let me just use this as a sample, add to widgets, and then put a link to it and save. And if you go, you'll be able to see that image. So sometimes you use it for maybe for banner ads and all that. And of course, you can always use the HTML widget, custom HTML, and add your code to it. What else can we add to? Okay, maybe recent post. Okay, recent post is there already. Then maybe those are what I want. So, and for the footer area, you can add element that you want here. Then you can see the footer area is divided into three: the left, the middle, and the. So you can add maybe navigation menu to the left, for example. Give it a title, navigation, or whatever. So, and then maybe put header menu or whatever. So I wouldn't put something like this, but just to show you that what you can do. So you can put something like a search widget here, and then the right footer you can add maybe your RSS. Let's just put something here on recent posts and save. And if you go and you refresh, you now see in the footer area we have the navigation, search. So You can style your sidebar, your widget area, the sidebar, and the footer area however you want. So that's for the widget. And you can see we have, even though this is not professional, but you get the idea. So if you take your time and choose the right theme, then customize the theme, add the content, the widgets, and the menu, you have a website that's going to look like this. So this is how to design a basic blog with a basic theme. And of course, if you want to get professional theme, you can go to sites like themeforest.net, and there's so many other sites where you can get, quality blog theme. You can just maybe like um, news theme. You can just search for news theme, and you'll be able to see quality news theme that you can. So this is one, for example, and you can see the price is $59. So if you don't have money for a theme right now, so you can just make sure you go through the theme and find a quality theme that you can use. And this is not a bad theme, by the way, for a beginner. So you can start with something like this and customize it before you start working with a more professional theme that allows you to do anything. You can customize the theme, you can get support from the theme owner. And this is a demo of this theme, and you can see what the theme looks like. So, and almost all the themes, they come with their own documentation, so you don't have a problem as far, because the way they work might be a little bit different. So, but the whole process is the same thing. You buy a domain name, buy hosting, and you start configuring your theme. And of course, you can use the right keywords, like if you want maybe cooking theme or something like that. You can always be able to see the different style theme, and then you customize them. Alright, welcome back to the second part of this training, which I'm going to show you how to probably create a more business-like kind of website with a static front. So instead of this style of theme. So like I said, if you want this style, you can find any of these free themes. But if you want the basic static style of design, then you probably want to use something called a page builder. So a page builder allows you to be able to build it from scratch. So you can see this takes the form of that theme. That's the way this theme is structured. So you can control the layout and everything, even though you can rearrange your sidebar, but the layout in the middle here you can control. But if you use a page builder, you'll be able to have a more static kind of website, and you'll be able to style the website the way you want. And so I'm going to teach you that. And for us to do that, we are going to use page builders, and there's so many types of page builders. We have Elementor, we have this Divi, we have Beaver Builder, and many types. So I'm going to introduce you to two types, the Beaver Builder and the Elementor. They are very good team, and then we're going to use one of them, and of course you can get more training on how to use any of this. So, and for us to do that, we are going to get a theme that allows us to use to style our website with a page builder. So we're going to combine a theme and a page builder. So we'll go back to theme, and I'm going to find a theme called Astra theme. So click on add new. So, and by the way, if you want to upload your theme directly, just click on upload theme to upload from wherever you buy a theme. But if you want to get it directly from WordPress, then you search for your theme here. So let's look for Astra theme. Let's click on Astra. So this theme allows you to do a lot. So we're going to install that. And then we're going to activate that. So we've installed, we activated it, and if we refresh it, you'll see that it takes, the layout of the new theme, but we want to build a more static front page and a more business. So when you install this theme, then it's going to give you this option, Astra option, demo import, and all that. And we'll click on Astra options. And now we can install some demo content. Like I said, it's always important for you to have some demo content. And this theme allows you to install some demo content by using the importer. So if you go on the right, you see install importer plugin. Click on that. And now it's going to give you option. What do you want to use with this Astra theme? You want to use the Elementor, or you want to use View Builder, or Gutenberg, or Breezy. So you can click on it. They are very good. So you can check the description for how to build a website with Beaver Builder. So, but in this, I'm going to use the Elementor. So I'm going to click on Elementor. So once you click on Elementor, then you have all these templates for you to use. So you can see you can still choose any other one. Then you can have all these templates. You can see these are agency ones, these are free ones. You can choose any of the, and like I said, whatever you want to work with, you can always search. So if we click on this drop down, let's say we want to like a business website, and then they're going to give us all the, and then we can choose the free ones since we want to use the free, and then we have all the free versions. So let's go through all this and let's find one to use. Let's say you want to build something like a pet services website. You can click on this pet services, and you can see we have template for the home page, for the about us page, for the services page, for the contact us page. So, and you can click on one of them and import only one, or you can just click on import complete site so that you have the whole complete site with all the demo content. If you click on import complete websites, and now it will give you the option. So if you have some content already, you can just delete previously imported sites. So in this we already have some content already, so I'm going to delete that. In your own case, if you're designing without any content, then you don't need to choose that option. So import widgets. So you can see we have imports, and it's going to import the Elementor for you, the header, the footer, and all the plugins that you need will be imported for you. Now it's complete. Now we can view the websites. Let's close this. And now we have, isn't this cool? There's a cool website. You can see every content has been imported for us. So for a business kind of website, this it's the best option. You find, a theme like Astra, and there's so many other themes, and then you use a page builder like Elementor or Beaver Builder, and you can have the website with all the demo. So all you need to do now is to edit the website to suit whatever you want. So you can change all these elements, remove all these images, the content, everything, and of course you can even change the style however you want. So now once you've done that, we have all our elements, everything imported. Now we can click on edit with Elementor, and now we can start editing. And right here is how a page builder like Elementor works. The Beaver Builder works on the right and is almost similar. Elementor is a very good one also, and you can basically do anything. So just click on this, remove whatever you want to remove, and type whatever you want to type. This is my new pets website with WordPress. Of course, and of course this also, if you in Lagos, Nigeria, put your phone number 080 whatever 00978942 or whatever, so you can put some space in between. And then of course the pet image, you can change that also. So, and whatever you're working with, anytime you click on, you see the whole thing is put into layouts. You have the column, the row, and then this is one row with two columns, and then we have the background image there, and you can go another row, two columns, and this is another row with two columns, and this is a single row with another two columns. So you can have as many rows. So this is one row with four columns. So you can work and edit whatever you want to do. So anything you're working with, let's say for example this row, you want to change this image. So once you click on it, you'll be able to see this image under content, and then of course you can style the image how big you want it to be. And of course the advanced section is where you have your margin, your padding, the margin to the edge, and of course your padding also. So you go from content to style to the advanced. So to change this image, for example, you go under content and you can choose the image you want to use and change it. And one thing I like about this theme is it allows you to upload and even choose free images from pixabay.com. And anybody doesn't know about Pixabay, it's a website where you can choose download different images, and it works, it syncs together, and you can see you can just find image, like find a dog image. So Pixabay is pixabay.com for those that haven't used it before. So it's connected, and see this is the website and it's linked, and you can have a dog, and let's choose this puppy dog, and save and insert, and it will be inserted. And of course you can just go to the Pixabay itself, download and import, it doesn't matter, and you can see it's being imported. Of course you need to make sure that you increase the width to make it bigger, at least to feel, and plus the max. So the heights or whatever, so so you can have it to the top, want some margin, to the left or to the right. So, and you can put it in the middle and add some caption, add some links, whatever you want to do. So just go from content to style and see whatever you can do. The advanced, add some, can add some motion effects. So once people, click on it, you can have maybe some fade in, some fade outs, some zoom effects, or whatever effect, add some zoom effects. And of course, the background, you can add some background image to it, border, positioning, the response. Then if you know some CSS, you can add some CSS. So, and here you can, edit that, and then edit this. And then this is the button where if you click on that button, you'll be able to, content, like I said, everything you want to edit, content, style, advanced. Under content, you'll be able to, add a link, URL that you want it to link to. Then of course you can have the icon library. See this icon on the button, you can change it. So you can just icon library and choose a different icon from that one, and it's going to change. And then you want it after or before. It's after now, you can change it to before, and it's going to be before. And of course middle, on the left, or wherever you want it. And the text content no more, and you can put it no less or whatever. So you can just change that. And of course styling, border, shadow, the color, the typography, which is the text typography. So you want it to choose the size or the font style, the weight, whatever. So, and under this you can put the margin. You can see the margin at the top here is 30. We can reduce the make it 0, for example, and then the margin is going to go away. And we can put the margin, so maybe to the this is to the bottom, so 20 to the left, then to the right. You can add margin, do whatever you want. So put this back to 0 and continue to change. And this, click on this, and of course can always click on this to to check out the layouts. And this is to edit. So choose image and change that also. So for the layout, for example, you can see you can have the column width, you can have the column width, the widget space, and some other stuff like that. Then typography, advanced, but we just want to deal with the image edits. So you can just style everything that do anyhow you want. So let's say you want to add your own row or your own content. Of course, when you hover anywhere that you want, you see this plus sign. That's what you use in adding the content wherever you want that content to be. So you can add, click on that, and then you see this, and you can just click on the plus and you can choose the row and the number of columns. So let's say I want to choose one row with 3 columns, and we have that 3 columns, and now this plus is what you use in adding elements. So you can see we have element which you can get by going here. So, and you can see we have different types of element, the basic, and this for the pro version, and then we have general, site, WooCommerce, and so many other elements. This will only work for the pro version. If you have pro version, you can see we have post for the pro version. So this for the basic version. So let's say you want a title here, you can just drag, and then you have your title. Then you can, and here let's say we want an image here, we can drag an image here, and you can just choose the image, that you want there, and then it will be uploaded. And of course you can change the image size to reduce or increase however you want. And on this we can put some, maybe a button there. Let's put a button there. Let's drag it there, and then of course we can, lay out. And so of course when you choose the button like that, then you can, add some border radius, which is going to be the border radius. Like you can increase the border radius to make it more rounder, and then typography, some color, you can change some color, and of course maybe it's too round. And if you really want to maybe change the position on then you can just click on this, then you'll be able to work with the layout. So when you're working with this, you'll be able to work with the elements, and this is where you work with the layout. You'll be able to the position, maybe if you go to advanced, for example, like the padding or the margin from the edge. So let's say we want 100, and you can see it goes. Then and if you want to add some padding, it's the same thing, and you can lock everything so that everything becomes the same. If you want it to be different, you could just unlock it so that we have maybe on the legs to be 0, and then on the bottom you want it to be 60, for example, and you can just do and you can add some. Let's on the top, let's have it as maybe 30. Sorry, that's too much. I wanted to put 30 or put 300, and you can just center it. Just do whatever you want and put it wherever you want it, and you'll be able to have the button where you want it. So, and just do the same. And then we have this also 4 columns, and you can see we have 3 row in this column. So once you're done, so this also you can just, you can right click to change, edit the image box, and then change the image box. Do the same for the contents. Like this is where you edit the content, title and description, and then the GM Foster, change the name, and the same thing for this one. Right click and edit, and then of course you can duplicate also and then this is button. So once you're done with everything, change everything. This is the widget area. So once you're done, the header, the upper area, you might also want to edit that. So you just right click and click on edit section, and you'll be able to change the image for that dog, and you just choose the image for the dog, and add some styling, and then you're done. So once you're done, you click on updates, and your website will be updated. It's as easy as that. So now let's go back to Net Plus training, and you'll be able to see our finished work. You can see everything as we want it. So it's as easy as that. So the elements, and then you can do some site settings and some other things like that. So if you click on that, you click on some site settings, you'll be able to get the edits like the logo, and work with some so if we go to site identity, for example, be able to change then the site logo, be able to upload the site logo, the fave icon, and fave icon, this CP, and this is the fave icon. So the site logo, for example, which is this one, we can change the site logo, have another site logo. The fave icon, which is this small icon, you can change that also. and then you always have the size. You can see here is 512 by 512, and here is 350 by 11 pixels. So you can have that, change that, and then global font, typography, some buttons and images. Those are the things that you can do. So once you're done, make sure you save everything, and you have your website just like you want. And like I said, you can exit. Let's exit to the dashboard, and for the menu, you go back to the menu and you change the menu. That's what you do, just like we did. And you can see this menu. If you go to menu, appearance, menus, you'll be able to see all the menu, which is the primary menu right now, is this one. And of course, you can remove or add. So let's say we have a privacy policy to that, and save to be added to. And we have a more professional. So I probably create another post on how to actually work with Elementor, but definitely have another video on the Beaver Builder, which is another page builder you can use. And now you have a more business-like websites to work with. So, and let's go back and let me show you one more thing. Like I said, these elements, these basic elements are what you can add to your website. When the pro ones, you won't have them. You can use them unless you get Elementor Pro version, and it's pricey, but you can get it if you really want to build a much more. Even though this free, it looks cool, but there are times if you want to be a more professional, you can get the Elementor Pro, and you'll be able to add all these forms, gallery, login, slides on on your website. But even though you can actually get some plugins like the post plugin, for example, that you can get some plugins that will allow you to add some post content to your website, and those are free. So that's going to have like a good alternative. So instead of you getting the Elementor Pro, you can get all these plugin for almost all these elements. There are slides plugin, there are post plugin. So you can Google for slide plugin for Elementor. There are free ones that I've used before, especially this Prime slider is a very good add-on for Elementor, and it's free. So you can get a slide, and then of course we have the blog post one that will be able to create like maybe a blog. Maybe you want to add your blog on your main page. You can have that plugin, and then you install it and you use it. But these are other ones that you can use. The only one you can use are the pro ones, under the pro ones, but every other testimonial tabs, accordion, social icons, there are things that you can that you can add to and you can add some image box. See the image box, and here you can add some counter, progress bar, testimonial, and then you have that testimonial format. Of course, just change the image, right click or click on this You'll be able to change the image and change the text, and you'll be done. So that's how to design a website. So once you're done, you can now configure the HTTP to make it HTTPS, and we can use what we call Cloudflare to do that. So you can check the tutorial on that, and before you know it, you have a website like this with HTTPS, which is going to be free. And it's important for you to have that, because when you click on this, you see that key tells you don't want a site that's going to tell you like it's not secure. You want a secure website. So the SSL is important, and you can use Cloudflare to do that. So check the description on how to do that. So, but I believe I've been able to show you how you can create your own websites. WordPress will cover the blog, cover the static, and will cover everything that you need to do. So I will appreciate if you like this video, and you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, so that just to encourage me to add more and more content. So check the description for all the other tutorials, how you can build your website on your PC, how you can get SSL certificate for free, and so many other. They can create a subdomain, how you can create a custom email and link it to Gmail. Everything will be in the description. So I hope you like this video. Thank you, and bye bye. See you